true peace, friends and kins. I am Nibu Reunu Nunupu, and I'll be doing a reading of what led up to Ibrahim Traore's assassination. First, I like to start with a little recap and what led up to the 19th assassination. The 19th assassination. Sorry. The real reason it was because Ibrahim Traore life was threatened because it was going to be an African ceremony, signed agreement with Niger and Mali, the Sahel Federation Treaty. And let me pull up the Sahel. The Sahel, this is the Sahel, and the Sahel consists of Senegal, Mali, Burkina Faso, Chad, Sudan, and Eritrea. Eritrea is on the end. Actually, it's right here, Eritrea. And I found out that it wasn't Ethiopia that my great-great-grandmother came over here from. It was Eritrea. So that's where my lineage lies at. And Eritrea is above, it sits above Ethiopia. Okay. And also, yeah, the Sahel Federation Treaty was to join all three AES countries. AES stands for African Economic States. The alliance, basically it was like the Sahel Treaty to join all three AES countries into an economic alliance and remove all foreign troops from their land. All of this was to be unveiled in Africa on March 22nd behind an enemy of Africa further west by the name of Jacques Lemoyne. I did research on Jacques Lemoyne. He has a very deep lineage. He's from France, and he was behind the assassination attempt this time around against Ibrahim Traore. Okay, now, so what I want to do is I would like to do a reading based off of that commentary as far as the reason behind the attempt because of what Ibrahim Traore was about to do along with Niger and Mali. So my question would be, will Ibrahim Traore unite Mali and Niger military forces to kick all military troops, foreign military troops, off of their lands? Will Ibrahim Traore unite Mali and Niger to kick all foreign troops off off of their land. Ibrahim. Okay. The first card that popped out is in the upright is the King Amenubi Reakti card. Let's read what it says. A unifier, ruler, priest, king, demi-sun god in flesh, lawgiver, sexual discipline teacher, spiritual and mental telepathy, military leader, sun cycle. Okay, in reverse, followers, father, sex forces removed from stable lands, excommunicated, immigration laws in place, fighting among children, skin disease, melanin, recessive, moon, psychomagnet. So, as the card says, he is a unifier. He's trying to unify Africa, mainly his country in general. He has created all these jobs. They done took back land. He have it going on in Burkina Faso at the moment. They done build hospitals. They done build plants where they can be the distributors of their own resources. The second card that popped out in the reverse is the Palmu and Palma card. In the reverse, let's read what it says. These brain new god and goddess are the creators of all lungs and tracheas in the African race and their godparents from Africa. Another life card that permits flow of activities mentally, spiritually, physically, and economically. And it's upright there is expansion. Now, in the reverse, it's violent contractions because they trying to kill them. They trying within their power of what they think they have and what control they think they still have over a country that's not even theirs, but they want to control all the African countries that's liberating the people, just basically being a revolutionary soldier, which he is, a revolutionary liberator, and he's trying to restore sovereignty in his own country, and the West is trying to take him out. Okay, the third card that popped out Also in the reverse is the Zerku and Zerka card in reverse. Okay, let's read what it says. These brain new gods and goddesses are responsible for primates, reptiles, mammals, and modern non-African human beings. This card provides protection, movement, and life according to the habitats they dwell in, nature or modern dwellings. This card provides similar opposite powers of its counterparts, except with more aggression, selfishness, war, domination of others, fueled by the zodiac 6 ether animal powers distributed amongst living beings. Okay, let's read further of what it says for the Zerku Zerka. Okay, here we go. This card belongs to the aggressive family of animal power brain new gods card. In the upright, it means order and law. However, the environment, only the strong survives and the rest must follow suit. Depending on what environment you find yourself in will dictate how you shall be generally treated and the type of ruler dwells there. Okay, in the reverse, the powers that be turn on themselves and dissolve into chaos. Wow. Okay. So that's eventually what's going to end up happening. Because it also been said that Ibrahim Traore have spiritual protection. Yes, he has spiritual protection. Yeah, and they're gonna eventually turn on themselves. That's why we are here, to keep up what's going on in known science, to get this good information, correct information, based as a Nunabu and known science, to promote, promulgate, and practice Noon, the science of nature, of right and wrong, responsibility, holding yourself accountable. And that's what a lot of people on this planet fail to do. Okay, so the next card that's in the upright is Kenu and Kana card. And this card right here is these brand new gods and goddesses are responsible for all kidneys and bladders of the African race and ancient ancestors. Another movement card that takes waste from your life and provides nutrients mentally, spiritually, and physically. The powers of this card are to filter, store, and remove. And that's what Ibrahim Traore is doing. He's doing all of that. He's removing the waste from his country. Yes, he is removing the waste from his country. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And he's providing the nutrients mentally. He's giving the youth hope that it's not good to be cowards. And like he's said many times, he don't consider himself as a he doesn't consider himself as a savior. Perhaps he was like, if he was to fall, he will want others to rise up and take over where he left off at, which is how it's supposed to be. You know, that's like they saying, whatever they doing, it shouldn't stop what's occurring in that country. Okay, now, for the most part, so I would like to add also is that from the commentary for the reading, you can check below in the description box, and I will have the videos in the description box, as well as a link to a website for an article. I will get to that further on Now, for the second part, I also would like to bring up that you have also, let me pull this up before I get into my second reading. So I have found it's just despicable how all these people is doing what they doing, because they wanna keep those there we go. They want to keep all of those resources all to themselves. Okay. This is what I would like to bring up now. You have an individual. I also have a video in the link that's linked to this individual, this General Michael Langley. Right here, General Michael Langley. The article will also be in the description down below in the video. So what has come about is you have this individual that had the nerve to come out his mouth and say, a firestorm of criticism has erupted across Africa following remarks by U.S. General Michael Langley, head of the United States Africa Command, AFRICOM, accusing Burkina Faso's president, Captain Ibrahim Traore, of misusing the country's gold reserves for personal protection rather than national benefit. Wow. They would send another black man to do this, but my reading would be, oh, and not only that, it's and the only reason why that came out his mouth, because American troops are in Africa. That was the reason why Ibrahim Traore wanted to join forces with Niger president and Mali president to remove the foreign troops off their lands. So my second reading would be composed from the question, will America go to war with Burkina Faso? That's my second question. Will America go to war? Oh, let me fix these cards. These cards are not. Will America go to war with Burkina Faso? Okay. First card that popped out in the upright is Zupu. Secondary creator, 6 reasons, 6 minds. Zeus, second emanation, evolutionary creator, gamma rays, left side reason, descending reason, sex, false, God in nature, 6 ether, spirit forces, 6, 5, 4, 3, ignorance, mystery, death. There you have it. The negative forces is at play here, trying to really cause and stir up They really want to. Not saying they're not gonna try to, but hey, let me continue. The second card in the reverse is Zilu and Zila in reverse. These god and goddess are responsible for all stomachs and intestines for mankind, animals, mammals, reptiles, insects, etc. This is a divide and separate card. These powers carry mental, spiritual, physical, and financial nutrients into one's life for continual energy for strength to accomplish goals. It also provides defenses against toxic persons, places, and things. In the reverse, the ability to process and protect fails. Okay, let me go in a little bit more on this. The next card is the Zulu and Zila card. It's the counter card to the Lu and Bila card. These powers are the same for mankind races, and when that time comes for prosperity, nothing can stand in the way. The strength of this energy shows itself in the financial system, taxes, wages, borrowing, in all forms of the digestion and distribution of energy, keeping the economy and families stable. In the reverse, everything is in confusion. Yes, it is. Everything is in confusion. Everything is in confusion. All this chaos and confusion, because you got the West up to no good, and they really do want to cause a chaotic war, which is causing all this confusion. But I know there will be more push to do what need to be done on Ibrahim Traore's end to get done what needs to be done. Okay, in the reverse, we have the 6 West Cataclysm. Solar prominence explosion, Leviathan arrives, world flood of 6 ether gamma radiation of sexual energies, scientific energies of death of all suns, planets, and satellites everywhere. Spirits become invisible and negative gradually. Sexual urges begin. A past card. Start of human races. Death, mentally, spiritually, and physically. Beginning of evolutionary forces. Gamma radiation, mutation of original creation. All right, let me go in a little deeper. See what else it has to say. The 6 West card is a past water cataclysm card. It represents 6 ether death by way of a flood, physically, mentally, and spiritually. This card symbolizes sexual urges, physical death, tidal waves, and constant raining, emotional terror, confusion over a 40-day period. Gamma radiation that causes slow death decay. Made spirits become invisible and negative over millions of years. It has a reverse side that means that Nupu 9 ether forces are reversing the negative death and sex powers of this card. There you go right there. So, which means that we will be moving from this and moving upward to the top half of the smart circle. So we're moving counterclockwise towards the east, moving up towards east. 6 east. Yes. Wow. Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped the card. Okay, let me read this one. I have the Kendra Law card. That was the 3rd card. That's in the upright. All people of a kind, a race, species are one and the same by blood, lineage, and nature. And what one person of the species does affects the rest of the species. directly or indirectly, the same way each time that conditions are the same. This law is called the kindred or blood lineage law in Book 1 of Introduction to the Nature of Nature, also written by Afro Unu, the Noon Writer. So this card right here, yeah. So before I read the West, it's showing that this card, so this card and this card is showing how Zupu is at work, the negative forces. And now they're trying to take out Ibrahim Traore. And then we have the Zulu upright card, which is showing the ability to process and protect fails. And that's what Ibrahim is doing. He's protecting all the so-called fails that's occurring. He's managing to protect all those around him. When all else fails, protection is still there. Then we have this card and this card. Then we have the kindred law, and the 6 West card. These two is working together because the kindred such as the Nunabus per se are moving from the West is moving towards the West Cataclysm. Well, we already in the West Cataclysm, from the West down to the South Cataclysm, and being that it was in reverse, we are moving from that. And we're moving up to the top half, because everything is being reversed from everything that has been done in the bottom half of the smack circle, being controlled by Zupu, the negative forces of Leviathan, the sex spirit forces that's controlling the world.